Welcome to BLB Culture Podcast. We are a group of 4 ladies discussing travel, lifestyle, wellness, and everything in between. You will hear us share our thoughts on tough topics such as Black women in corporate America, relationships, mental health, and so much more. We also plan to have Q&A sessions so you can get to know us a little better. Yeah, we plan to discuss it all. So sit tight, invite a friend, but most of all, enjoy the show. Ready? Here we go. Welcome back to BLB Culture Podcast. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys riding this train with us. Who is us? Well, we got myself, Jada J. We have Tiffany T. Say what's up, Tiffany.
Hey.
We have She, also known as Sheila. And then we have the AAA, always amazing Arcaria. Can you tell me, folks, hey?
Hi.
Listen, thank you guys for joining us once again. We have another interesting topic. I think it's a topic a lot of people can relate to, especially with us still being in this pandemic. It seems to be the most popular thing right now. And that's, drum roll please, online dating. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about online dating. Listen, we may not get through it all right now or during this podcast, but we're going to try, and we're just going to share some of our experiences with online dating. So real quick, let me ask. So Tiffany, Sheila, Arcaria, have you ladies experienced or tried online dating? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I have too. So this podcast is coming from 4 women who have experienced it or may currently be signed up right now. So, but before we get into online dating, let's talk just a little bit, real briefly. Like, what about old-fashioned dating? Y'all remember that? Listeners, do y'all remember that? Like, what do you miss most about old-fashioned dating? Arcaria, I'll start with you. What do you miss most about old-fashioned dating?
Are you talking about like going to the movies, things like that? Lauren?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess even like how you meet people, I think I think is what I'm talking about. What are some ways you used to meet people before versus now online dating?
Well, people that have common interests, people through mutual friends. Sometimes when you go to certain events, certain places, multiple ways.
Yeah. I know one commonplace, like just going out to eat. If I go out to eat with my girlfriends, I would, you can easily, meet somebody at the bar, if they're sitting alone and they want to come up and talk to you. Tiffany, what was one of the most common ways that you would meet a guy back in the day before the pandemic?
Meeting them, that was when, we would go to the club, meet them there. But look, here's the thing. You can't get fake numbers no more. You can't. Because they be like, no, they can't. They pull their phone out. What's your number? Then they put the number in your phone, and then they call you right there. You can't even get a fake number no more.
That's true. Or and names.
Ask me how I know.
No. Back when I was dating, I had a Google Voice number, and I would give them the Google Voice number, and every so much I would change the number, and then
That's smart.
Ooh,
That's smart. I need to do that.
Sheila, what were you about to say?
I take their number. Oh, let me get your number.
Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, we're learning a few things right now. Okay,
but that is because I just go to when I get to my car, I just go ahead and block it.
One thing about old-fashioned dating, meaning like how you would meet people, you could see right then and there what a person looks like, right? Whether they were really 6 feet tall, like we see on some of the online dating profiles, whether they were really muscular build.
And I think the most important thing is that you can like see that chemistry at the beginning immediately, not a couple of phone calls or text messages. That whatever attraction is there is like
maybe instant, or you like online. There's probably a lot of people you have chemistry with, but you won't know because you're just looking at a picture.
Right, you're just looking at a picture, especially if you see some of the pictures where, a lot of times guys really don't smile, or if they do smile, it's not. I guess I hate to say like women, but they smile without showing their teeth. So if you're meeting somebody face to face and they come up, "Hey, beautiful, how you doing, sweetheart? Can I?" You can see then if they're missing a few, or if they what is like the gold grills, and you can see then. You can just see right then and there, and so that gives you a chance at that moment. Look at our curious face.
I think you got something against
No,
teeth.
what if he have a mask on? Then you thinking you dating somebody looking at their eyes because they got dreamy eyes, and then they pull that mask down, and you're like, ooh.
Oh, you have to always have well, again, this is pre-pandemic. So
Okay.
then then we didn't have the mask. But even if you're and we're gonna get into that. That's a good one, Kira. We're gonna get into that. Even if you're meeting somebody now, and let's say if you did get a little chemistry through texting, and y'all decide to meet up, you approach me with your mask down. First, I do ask one question. I ask, so are you vaccinated, or have you like, are you taking those precautionary measures or whatever as far as to be COVID safe and all of that?
So what if they're not vaccinated?
Sheila, what do you think? If they're not vaccinated, would you still chit chat with them, talk with them, entertain them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
would.
you still can catch. I'm vaccinated, but you can still, catch coronavirus regardless. But
That's true. I would too.
as long as I protect myself as much as possible, then I'm fine with it.
Now, I'm not saying that you have to bring your mask down and be all up on me. Again, this is our first meeting, So, but standing the distance that the CDC suggests 6 feet, right? So, still standing a distance, I can still see your face. I still need to see if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. So as we stated before, all four of us, we have experience with online dating. And I'm not trying to call out a particular dating site. That's not what we're going to do. But here's my first question. So, do you think you would have a better chance at meeting somebody who's possibly serious on a paid dating site versus a dating site that's free? I know that there are plenty out there, plenty of free sites, but then there are plenty of paid sites. What do you think, Sheila? Do you think you'll find more success on a site that's paid versus free?
I think paid I might be more successful, but the free it probably take a while to find that person that's serious because you're gonna get any and everybody, just anything that's gonna happen on the free one. But on the paid one, it might go a little faster, but you still have to go through the pile of foolishness before you even find them anyway.
Okay, 1 second. I got to figure out why Kira laughing. Kira, what do you think? You think Kira's facial expression is tickling me right now. Kira, what do you think? Paid or free? Which one you think a person, you know, more success?
So I would think paid, but
Okay.
I just know this one guy one time mentioned to me that he used paid sites because he know that the woman's not cheap if she's willing to pay to meet someone, and he's still looking for a good time.
Well, hey, listen. Well, the man ain't cheap either. If he paid, if he on there too. I mean,
He
but
don't
then
mind
the
paying, but
statement.
he's not looking for anything serious.
Listen,
What do you think?
I'm paying to
I'm
go through the
commenting
same
now. I'm
trash.
commenting.
I ain't paying to go through the same trash that's on the free site. So just go on, send me to the free site, and I'm just gonna search through it then.
You know what? I have to agree with Tiffany. I have been on both. Let me just say that I have been on the paid site and the free site, and yes, there's trash counting to a curious point. There's trash on both. Like, and I'm just so like, how are you paying money? This stuff is not cheap. How are you paying money, whether you're signing up for a month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year, to just play around? Well, I mean, you can go get listen, you can go entertain women on a free site and get whatever you're looking for, somebody to buy you dates or a good time, a one night stand. You can get that at the free. But yeah, I mean, trash is trash. Uh-oh. Oh, did I say that out loud? Okay.
That's it.
All right. So real quick. So let's hear it because Akira just kind of led us into it a little bit. Talking about with what one guy said. Let's hear another crazy online dating story. Tiffany, what you got for me?
Oh,
Have you Tiffany, have you experienced Akira is laughing so hard right now. I wish y'all could just really just okay. Listeners, I just wish you could just be in the same room with us. So, Tiffany, have you
yeah.
had a crazy online dating experience? Tell us about it real quick.
Yes. So I'm going to tell you guys this one because you haven't heard this one. That's how many I have. Okay.
Another one?
That's how many I have. Okay. Went out with this guy. We were at dinner. His phone kept going off, phone kept going off, phone kept going off. Okay. All right, cool.
Okay.
This is what he told me. I said, it's okay. You can answer, you can step out and answer it if you have to. This is what he told me. Nah, see, I'm an undercover police officer, and that's one of my informants. And he keep calling me, and I was like,
I'm done. We got to go to somebody else. I am what type of lie is that?
I promise you. I promise you. I sat there and I was.
Did you laugh at him in his face?
Huh?
Did you laugh at him in his face?
No, I was so shocked that someone would blatantly lie about nothing.
Right.
It was just, and I just sat there. And so then I said to myself, because me, I'm one of those things where I'm just gonna get up and leave and go, or am I gonna sit here and eat the rest of this meal? So what I did, because I didn't want to hear any more of his lies, I just asked for it to go by. So I said, well, I'm ready to go. I asked for it to go by, and I left.
Oh,
What was that?
Why
What
go
was
through
that?
the energy? I don't know. Sheila, have you experienced anything like that? Do you have a crazy dating online dating
Online
story?
dating. I don't know because I screen them so hard that it's. I think I had one, and let's
She
see.
said I screen them so hard.
I do. You got to come back to me. I gotta think of the real bad one I had. I can't think of it right now. I thought about it.
That screening, that screening. When you say it, that's going to be my next question about what type of safety measures. So maybe screening them a little bit hard can go into the safety measures. But before we get into the safety measures, I'm curious: have you experienced or had a crazy online dating story?
Oh.
I can't. So I've been thinking, and I can't think of like any super crazy stories. So does the story have to happen after you went on a date, or while you were still messaging? Because I've had some weird
Either one.
inboxes.
What's the weirdest inbox you've had?
So I was on the site and I got a ping letting me know that somebody was messaging me. It was like 3 or 4 messages. So I opened up the message and it was my ex. He found me on the site and he's messaging me saying, "Oh, see, we're a match." And they said we would go good together. And I'm like, because he was
Oh my
blocked on
God.
everything else. So he went and found me on the online dating site. Naturally, I deactivated my profile after that. So yeah.
Oh my God. How
That is
crazy is
crazy.
that? Oh my God. You know what? Funny. I don't know, and this is just Jada being transparent. I don't know if y'all remember a couple of years ago when we went, it was either
To
Costa Rica or Belize, and I was telling y'all about this guy who, he was telling me then. I met this guy online dating for everybody that's listening. Met this guy online dating. Our first meetup was like at Starbucks, which was completely fine. We can talk about that later, like where do y'all meet? But um and, we talked a couple of times. He let me know, hey, if we never work out, I would love to be friends. I don't want to waste anybody's time. And I said the same thing. I appreciate that. Don't waste my time. We can be friends, cordial. We're adults. Hey, we can do that. So after about another week of talking, I made the decision, you know what? This is not going where I wanted to go. So let me tell him, let me be an adult. Let me communicate like we're supposed to do, right? And let him know, I think we should just be friends. Let's not pursue this in a relationship style. When I told him that, he completely flipped. He just he's called me names. He even talked about my children. That was the biggest no-no. Yes. Now don't get me
Wow.
wrong, not in a like, oh, like, oh, they're stupid, not like that. But he was like, but he brought my children into the negative things that he was saying. Yeah, saying to me. Let's fact now that was a couple of years ago. I don't know if y'all remember me telling y'all that. Maybe about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I'm on another dating site. He inboxes me and says, "Hey." So when I didn't know the username, so when I opened it and I just stared at the picture, I'm thinking this guy looks familiar, and immediately everything he said came back. I blocked him so quick. Hey, why are you inboxing me? Are you crazy? Like, what makes you think that I would even be interested in returning the word hey? Like, why do you have to be so disrespectful? Oh, y'all,
So what did you say back?
nothing. I blocked him.
No,
Oh,
I
you mean the
mean,
first time?
yeah, when he said everything that he said, what did you say back?
No, nothing. You know why? Because when he called to say all of that, it was on my voicemail. I never answered the phone. When I first said, "Hey," I verbally said, "Hey, I think we should be friends." He was like, "What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I run this city. I make." And he started going down the line of things that I guess some women are impressed by. I make this amount of money, and I got this, and I got that, and this and that. And he was raising his voice, hollering. So I hung up in his face because that's what you're not gonna do, raise your voice and talk to me at the same time. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Like my
Mm.
mom and dad are somewhere else. Like, and he was not my daddy. So yeah, so I hung up and then he called back. I sent it straight to voicemail. He called back and left like a 3-4 minute message. And that's what everything he was saying in the message. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay,
So anyway,
I got my
you
story.
ready, Sheila? Go. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm
Let's get
ready.
into it.
I was talking to this guy for a couple of weeks,
Okay.
talking, and by work, I figured out kind of where he lives at. So, when you tell me something, if you're in my city, I can kind of figure out where you live at. So
Mhm.
he's talking or whatever. So I said, I kind of know where you live at, the area, whatever. And so we're just talking, and then he will always bring up his ex. Kept talking about this lady, kept talking about this lady.
Oh
And I
Lord.
said, okay. So he was like, you want to go to dinner? I said, well, it was during Christmas, so I can't really I don't have that much time during Christmas time. So as because of him, I quit even trying to go on online dates during Christmas time because it's just crazy. So I worked hard all day to meet this guy.
Mhm.
He texts me and tells me, "Oh, you can park in front of the door." So I'm like, okay, I got like 10 minutes. But when I got there, the parking is gone. So the parking is gone. So I had to park down the street and walk back. Right? I get I'm like 10 steps from the door, and he tells me I'm late. So you mean tell me I went to work all day. I worked hard all day. I went home, took a shower, ran out the door to meet you, and this dude tells me you're late.
And he knew
I was
that you
2 minutes. I was 2 minutes late. Now, if I could have parked in front of the door, I'd have been on time. But because I had to park down the street, I had to walk back. And I was like, I said, okay, so he just ended this whole entire
exactly.
relationship, right? I said, you know what? I
Mhm.
worked hard all day. I'm hungry. I went in there. I ate. I drank. I had a good time, even though I was tired. And after that, he was still acting all stuck up and talking about his girl. And I said, I see what you was the problem.
Clearly.
It wasn't her. It was you. It was you. And then he had to drive me back to my car. So I guess he must thought I came in a hoopty. So so he kept driving. I said, that's my car, right? And he kept driving. I was like, hey, this is my car right here. He said, oh, that's your car. I said, yeah, that's my car. And he said, okay. He said, you like my car? I like, yeah, I like your car. Yes, it's nice. And I was like, boy, if you don't take your ass home, go home. Don't talk to nobody else. Just go home. He was awful. He was awful. He was just a hot mess. So
he sounded insecure.
Yeah,
and then
very insecure.
And then when I told him no, I can't deal with you. I can't do this. He cussed me out. I said, see?
There you go. He's the problem.
Yeah,
the next thing we're gonna get into is like some safety things, safety measures. More so like Sheila mentioned earlier about grilling them. She was like, yeah, I grill them, hard enough to avoid some of that stuff. I ask some of those questions though, so I can get an idea, especially when they talk about their ex a lot. Like, I don't ask the question to really know, if I say so, have you ever been married? And so I made a joke with a guy before. I was like, okay, so was this your second or your third wife? He didn't say. I mean, I was just trying to see how many times he's been married. But I like to ask a question like, so have you been married before? And I just leave it at that and see how much they tell me, how long they talk about it. That lets me know if you really over it or not. And then it also gives me an idea if you're freshly divorced. I mean, you can get a real good idea if you don't rush the questions. Just ask one question and let them talk. Now, that's one question I ask. Do y'all have so let's say you like a guy online, they like you. How long do you inbox before you give them your phone number? Let me ask that first. So how long do you inbox before giving them your phone number? And then how long do you text or talk on the phone before actually physically agreeing to see them? Arcuria, what do you think? How long do you inbox them before giving them your number first?
Well, I try to get as much information about them as possible before I share. But remember, I said when I would share my number, I had the Google Voice. So I
Yeah.
would send them that number instead. And that way they had no contact for me. But I also would Google them, try to see what I could find out, see if they have like any convictions or, any open cases, things like that.
All right. So how long? So after you gave them the number, like how long would it take for you to feel comfortable enough to physically meet them?
It depends on it may be a couple of days, maybe weeks, if how open they are and if it's someone that's like if they're guarded and sketchy and it's like, okay, I'm getting bad vibes from you, then
Yeah.
no. But if I get good vibes from you, like we're vibing and flowing, then I can, it shouldn't take that long.
Tiffany, how about you? So you like a guy like your picture on the online dating site. You like his picture. Y'all are chit chatting at first on the site. How long does it take for you to give the guy your phone number? And then after that, how long do you normally meet him in person?
So I since so about a week. I'll give my number after a week. One, because I don't have the notification set up. So you have to physically go in there and that gets a little irritating. So it's just easier for them to text. So I give them then after that, maybe about 2 weeks, week or 2 weeks, I'll go on a date with them if they ask. I don't screen as much as I should, and it's probably why I have so many terrible dates that I do. But I'm starting to put a lot of boundaries around it. Like for instance, you have 2 weeks to ask me out. If you don't ask me out in 2 weeks, then I don't need to talk to you anymore. Um, If you good morning me every single day for those 2 weeks, I'm automatically going.
Oh my God. What is it with the good morning text? Sheila, I see you laughing. Sheila, do you get these good morning texts too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like a copy and paste.
Good
Like,
morning, beautiful. Good
I was
morning.
just about to say the
goddess.
good morning.
Good
beautiful.
morning. Like, you know what? Look. I ain't got time for this. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock. I started my day at 4 a.m. It ain't like morning to me no more. It's lunch. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I say good morning back. Maybe not right away sometimes, but
in the afternoon by the time Sheila responds.
yeah, sometimes.
No, I start telling them, you ain't got to tell me good morning. Just don't tell me good morning anymore. And you know what? It weeds them out.
It really does.
It really weeds them out because now you can't find anything else to converse about.
Nothing.
It's good morning, good night. That's all you have.
Good morning. How's your day? And that's it. Like that's
what
not
you
a
doing?
conversation.
WID me.
The what? You know what? And these are
How
coming
dare
from
you.
guys. These are coming from guys who on their profile says that they're looking for a woman who can hold an intelligent conversation. That's what they're looking for. But you don't even spell out good morning. You send me a lowercase G and a lowercase M. You telling me I can't get a capital G and a capital M at least? Y'all, yes, I do think like that. I mean,
can I tell you what I respond with when they do that?
What do you do?
I give them a capital M.
Morning.
You know what?
You got about 3 of them. You got about 3 of them.
We're gonna have to keep y'all two off the sites.
No,
intervention.
no, I'm serious. No, you know my the other one I hate is like in the inbox, right? We haven't even made it to you getting my phone number. In the inbox, let's say if he says he likes me, okay, I like him. So now he's gonna respond and says, hello, beautiful. And he sends me this full paragraph. That's a copy and paste.
That he copied and pasted.
And I literally told the guy, why do I feel like I just read a full copy and paste? Dude, inbox me back when you actually have something to say to me only and not something you done sent to 4 or 5 different women. Like, why? I mean, but again, these are coming from men who on their profile said that they're looking for someone to hold an intelligent conversation. Like, really? Really?
They probably copy and paste that too.
Listen, so I know
profile to profile. They on all of them.
Real quick, I know Sheila stated that she grill them. Tiffany says she's starting to grill them. What are some things you say? I mean, what are some ways you grill them? Like, and I'm saying grilling as in now. What are some safety things people or you started and that people listening need to keep in mind if they're not doing these things? I mean, are you sharing too much information? Are you sharing your last name with these dudes? Are you sharing, I know sometimes some guys would be like, okay, so what part of town you live in? Is that too much information to give them? Like, how are you grilling them? What are some things you're asking?
Well, see, nowadays with your phone number, if you give them your real phone number, they still find you somewhere, either on Instagram, Facebook. So your phone number connects people to you pretty quickly anyway. But safely, I wouldn't go out with someone that's asking for pictures, that's going towards having sex, or wants to talk about sex all the time, or don't even have a conversation. So, because a lot of times they want to talk about sex, but they're quiet. So I would just stay away from those type of people. And if you like being too private, I understand, some things you don't talk about in the first date or whatever, but if you like too private, then I just kind of like move on.
Do you really believe a guy? I'll ask you, do you really believe a guy if he says, oh no, I don't have a Facebook page? Do you really believe that when guys say that?
Yes, I know a couple of people that don't have a Facebook page. Surprisingly, but some guys are really not into social media. Now, I think sometimes when some guys are not into social media, it's because they may have a family at home and they don't want anybody knowing their business because it's not even out there to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the ones that I know that does not have Facebook, they have Instagram. So I guess,
Okay.
I don't know what's the difference, but they're allowed to have Instagram, some of them.
They're allowed.
They're allowed.
There's so many people that I know that
Their
does not
wife allowed them to have
yeah,
that.
they're married. Nobody's having Facebook. Because you remember when Facebook came out, people was breaking up left and right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiffany, how do you grill them? I mean, what are some things you ask for, or what are some things you say? Do you send them pictures when they ask for, hey, send me a pic?
No. So if I do send it, so I have this pic that I took when it was winter, and I got the coat, I got the hat, I got the scarf, and the scarf I'm like right here. And the hat comes down like this, you just see my eyes, and then that's the pic I send. Right.
Tiffany, you surprised me tonight.
Yeah, that's the pic I send. But no, honestly, I've had so many horror stories with online dating that I decided to take a break. So I'm kind of taking a dating break right now. But if they ask me for a pic, that's what I would send. Because they asked for a pic. Why? You just went through my profile.
Right, it's the same pics. Like, I understand catfishing though. Come on, ladies. I understand catfishing. I get that
you
it
have to
happens.
understand that part
Well,
too.
I mean, if you ask me for a pic, I will go through the process of telling you how long ago the pics you see on my profile were. Like, oh, that pic was just like last week. But again, people lie, right? So people lie. Men lie, women lie.
I
It
need a
happens.
pic in the moment sometimes. Well, I would have wanted it. I was okay with a picture in the moment right then because, like you said, catfishing. So I don't want you looking one way, and then we get on a date, and it's a picture of you from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But does that mean you're not a good person? Doesn't mean you're not a good match.
Why? Because you didn't send a recent picture?
Well, I feel like even if it is a 10-year-old picture and you
why do I feel like Tiffany got 15, 20-year-old pictures on her profile?
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have no.
We don't know that.
I mean, not the online dating ones. I just take my Facebook pictures and put them on there. But no, but I mean, even if they did, unless they was a totally different person, okay. They still in pictures from somebody. But what if they gained some weight since they took that picture? What if it doesn't mean that they're a bad person?
No, but I need to know that. I need to see that. You know what? If I don't, my way of getting around from asking for a pic, and I don't mind. Let's video chat. Like, I don't mind video chatting.
You can do that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's my contribution for safety measures. Hey, listen, video chat. Nothing wrong with it. Video chat. And my suggestion, Jada's suggestion, do it early in the morning or a little bit later on in the evening. Not smack dab in the middle of the day either. Yeah. I remember a guy did me that. It was probably 6:00 in the morning because he's probably trying to see if somebody else was in the bed with, people lie. So, he's trying to make sure that I'm single.
In the morning?
It was like 6 in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, and he video chatted you 6:00 in the morning.
But I'm up that early though. But he knew I was up. Huh?
You still had that conversation with him?
I did. I did answer, and I'm gonna tell you why. I answer to settle his mind that yes, I am single. See, and I get that concept. People don't know you. People don't know you, and they may have gone through something bad previously. And I know I'm a good person. I have nothing to hide. So, but did I hold a full hour-long conversation? No. It was just long enough to show him and let him know, hey, I answered the phone, so you have to know I am single. But let me get back with you because I'm trying to get my kids ready for school at this moment, or I need to get up and put on the coffee or whatever. So yeah, it was really short and quick.
Oh, that's a red flag for me.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody calls you 6 in the morning, you wouldn't answer?
Video
you know I wouldn't answer. You know.
No, Kira, we know you're not going. Kira,
Now,
like,
It could be
no,
life or death. She ain't answer.
if I answer,
what's wrong with it?
I'm gonna be cussing. I can tell you that much. I will be cussing.
Okay, this is an impromptu question at this moment. Tiffany, would you not? Now I know you.
I
Trust
would
me.
answer.
I know you get up early because you call me. I mean,
I haven't done it in a while.
yeah, must say,
No.
but I mean, would you not answer a video
Yeah,
chat at 6 a.m?
I would answer.
Yeah, I don't see. Okay, so we got 2 no's and 2 yeses. Okay, so
But that's weird though. At 6 o'clock in the morning is weird.
He's
But I would answer.
insecure. He's
I would
he
answer
is
like, what do
already.
you want at 6 o'clock in the morning?
He's insecure.
Right,
He's showing you already that he is.
Say it
That's
again.
true.
He's insecure, so he's showing you already that he is.
That's a good
What?
point.
Well, and I understand that, but I guess what I'm saying is, and we gotta roll. We gotta roll on to an extent. Don't get just listen to what I'm saying. To an extent, everybody is insecure. You don't know anybody until they, you know what I'm saying? I mean, until you get to know them. How
But
can
you
I?
gonna call him 6 o'clock in the morning, make sure nobody in your bed.
No. And then again, it could be 6 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night. Let's say 10 o'clock is the time you know for a fact you'll be in the bed, or you getting ready for bed, or something like that. So if I'm getting ready for bed, if you call me at 10 o'clock at night, you better make sure it's before I actually hit the pillow, though. I mean, yes, I would answer. I would not. I'm not going to hold a full conversation, but it's just to, let you know, yes, I am an honest person. Yes, I am single, like I told you. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. Yes, I would answer the phone. I mean, to an extent, everybody is insecure because of past hurt, past relationships, something that has happened in the past. Real quick, we gotta wrap it up. This was a great conversation. I feel like we could talk about so much more. What we're gonna do to wrap up this particular podcast, Arcaria got some a nice little positive message for us. Arcaria, what you got for us?
Yes, I just want to encourage you on however you choose to date. Make sure you know your worth and your values first. So before jumping into a relationship, make sure you love yourself and you're good with yourself, because when you can show up as a better version of yourself, then you can be better in the type of relationship that you decide to get into.
That's what's up. I love that. Arcaria, thank you. That was great. Listen, we need to market that and write that down. Listen, thank you for joining us, BLB podcast. We definitely appreciate you guys listening. Listen, DM us your stories. Give us an idea. Let us know what has happened in your online dating life. Do you agree with some of the things that we said? Do you, I mean, not agree? Let us know. DM us on Facebook or Instagram, and we will be looking forward to reading what you guys have to say. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining our podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to follow us on IG at BLB Travel Culture and Facebook at BLB Culture. Send us a message and let us know what you thought about this episode.